Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the qualifying session. Qualifying one session here in Italy. We're here for round 6 of the VRL Tier 1 Championship. Yes, we've got 20 drivers on the grid today. Yeah, this session will be deciding the top 16 drivers. Top 15 drivers, sorry. I'm joined in the commentary box as always by Ollie's 101.
Hello everyone, welcome along this evening. Hopefully we'll see some good clean racing around here at Monza tonight. Hope you guys all enjoy the racing that we'll get here, especially with a full grid for the first time in a few races, so it should be good to see.
Yeah, it'll be excellent to see. And I've just realised I forgot to change Stan's name. So we'll be calling Stan by the name Stan. Because, yeah. Anyways, Ollie, what's your qualifying predictions?
Well, I mean, it's such a difficult decision to make, because realistically, Lawrence Chalvish in the Aston Martin is always going to be up there. You know that he will be. You can say the same about Nathan, you can say the same about Cameron, you can say the same about Jack Brassington.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those guys are pretty much guaranteed to be your top 5. If I had to pick one person for pole, it would be probably Lawrence Chalvish or probably Axel Kolstrom would be my shoot for pole position.
Yeah, but as we've been seeing, actually, as I say that, Tom Gidsbert says the fastest sector one. We've been seeing that Lawrence Chalvish hasn't actually been that strong on the past during the past few races. He's been fast, but not fast enough if he wants to win races. He had
Yeah, and obviously the difference is that that's all about race pace, which is a completely different thing from being able to go out and just thrash a car for, you know, the 5 or 6 kilometers that a racetrack is. So it's different. Lawrence is very, very fast if you put him in a car and get him to do 1 or 2 laps. Where he needs to kind of start stitching things together is when he's doing 30, 40 laps in a row.
Yeah. Tom Gidsbert goes fastest with a 1:21.969. Nathan Den Hartog immediately beats this time with a 1:20.502 in the Aston Martin.
Yeah, very quick time there from Nathan.
And there's the air flag in sector 1. That's Nathan Den Hartog going slowly. Sorry, not Nathan Den Hartog. That's someone spinning. I believe that was an Alfa Romeo.
No, it was Nathan going slowly to let the Alfa Romeo pass. I was watching it on my screen.
Yeah. Sam Zabdami gets the fastest sector 1 as Simon Kucera now slots into P4. P5 now as Theodore Stonewood beats his time as Theodore Stonewood gets demoted to P5 as Lexico Vera and Dan Zuetan go P2 and 3 respectively with times of 1:20.7s and 0.9s.
Yeah, times flooding in from all over the place now. So we've got a yellow flag in sector 2. I believe that's Nathan again, Nathan Den Hartog. Although it might be...
Simon Kucera's going slowly.
Yeah, Simon Kucera is going slowly, yeah. He's got a red fuel symbol, so I'd expect he's run out of fuel. No, maybe not.
He has. He's got 0.5 fuel left.
Yeah, so he's going very slowly for the remainder of this lap to try and get it back to the pits, which, from where he is now, I doubt will happen without him actually running out of fuel. As we've had more times come in now, as Cameron Wynn goes second with a 1:20.7.
Oh, and that's Alexander Jasinski in the gravel trap at the Della Rogers chicane.
Indeed it is.
Oh, lucky he was ghosted. He completely cut across the Alpine of Armin Schlomer, I believe that was. It was Armin Schlomer. That could be counted as a qualifying obstruction or what? I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, obstruction of a flying lap.
Yeah, obstruction of flying lap. Even though he was ghosted.
As we have yellow flags all over the place. As I believe that is Tolga Naubant that has just gone into 4th with the 120.9 there.
That is. Jack Preston on a flying lap now. He's about to cross the line. He crosses the line now. Goes P2 with 120.724. That's slower than Nathan and Hartog.
But if you look, we've got P2, 3, and 4 covered by 15 hundredths of a
And Cameron
second.
Wynn is out of the session. Cameron
Where's
Wynn's
he?
lost
He's
in Ascari.
gone around- Yeah, out of Ascari. That's what I was just looking for. I'm going to try and hop on board with, I believe it is Stan that's just coming to that part of the track.
Yeah. He's on now.
He's just coming down the back straight now, so he'll be there any second.
If he gets there and oh, it despawned.
Yeah, car has despawned. I'm assuming he will have lost it either on the second or third part of that chicane.
He must.
I expect he's ridden the curbs too much, and it's gone round.
Yeah, I think he's done exactly what Bolu Sawole did in Tier 2 yesterday in the race, I believe, or qualifying, was it? It was qualifying.
Yep. We've also had Sam Zabadami go around as well as he was coming through the second chicane here at Monza.
Yeah.
Yeah, went over the exit curb, dipped a wheel into the gravel, and well, it's pretty much a guaranteed loop when you do that.
So now we've got some insider perspective from Main Chief, who's just said that he was on an in lap and was what did he say? He was in on an in lap and hit the wall slowly, and his wheel came off.
I've had that exact thing happen to me before. The game, for some reason, has a really weird thing with slow crashes taking off wheels. Whereas you could hit the same wall at the same angle doing 150 miles an hour and only you lose your front wing. It's a real issue at the moment.
Yeah. And it's happened to me last race at Monza, my final race. That really hurt, didn't it? I could have gotten a win or a podium actually, because I started P4 as P2 on the first lap. That's really fortunate, isn't it? Anyways, who's next across the line? Next car across the line will be Stan. Stan goes up in the P8 with 121.196. He's on one lap old tyres. He's probably going to be doing an in lap unless he's trying to do a double flying lap, which he is, but he's just missed the inside apex there. So I think he's gonna maybe try to carry on with it, or yeah. Tristan Kipes and Jack Preston are now P2 and 3. The Red Bulls are absolutely flying. Tristan Kipes is only 5 thousandths of a second off of Nathan and Hartog as Tristan Kipes completely cuts the first corner. That will surely not be allowed by the stewards, as we did have a race director, sorry, as we did have race director notes saying you can't completely go straight. You have to follow you have to go through the bollards, which are impossible in this game, but they said to do it as much as possible.
Said to do it as best as you can, yeah.
You could set a lap record here if you completely cut all the corners. That's Lawrence Shelvish goes P1, 5 times faster, than his teammate Nathan and Hartog. We might be able to see a 1-2 here for Aston Martin at Monza.
Yeah, as always, that's a very, very good lap from Lawrence Shelvish. That will be the only lap I expect that he'll need to do in this qualifying 1 session, as I doubt the people that are down in 16th to 20th will find the time to be able to push Lawrence all the way down into the bottom 5.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so I think I might be changing my qualifying predictions here a little bit. I'm saying Lawrence Shelvish, pole position, behind him Nathan and Hartog, and then probably Tristan Kuipers, because they're the only people who have surpassed the 1 minute 20.5s. If you want a mediums, Theodore's just not wasting tyres.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he knows he's going to get through, realistically. He doesn't need to waste soft tyres in this early part of qualifying. Um, so there's no need for him to do so, which is exactly why he's gone out and done 2 laps on those mediums. And what that will also do, it will put them just about in the right place for him to do a Q2 run on those medium tyres as well. Because as we know, those medium tyres really come into their own once you get to the 3rd or 4th lap, once they've got the temperature into them.
Yeah, and as we see on the bottom right of his dashboard, the tyres are about are between the 90 and the 100 degree range. So that is perfect window for the tyres. As there's a yellow flag, that's Simon Serra going slowly. He's just building a gap from Axel Korstrom, who's yet to set a lap as well.
Yeah, but as we know, Axel Kolstrom is very, very fast, so I'm not particularly surprised that he's yet to set a lap, as I expect he knows that he'll be safely through.
Oh, he's missed the apex there in the Michele Albrecht curve, sorry. That's lost him a lot of time. It's going to be a 1:20.383.
Wow, that is, yeah, that's a very, very quick lap from Axel Kolstrom. As I said, I'm not surprised that he hasn't put in a time yet, because I expect he won't need to once he has, and it would appear that I was right, so...
Yeah. Wow, there was time to gain there. He definitely knows that, since he did miss the apex into the Michele Albrecht curve, formerly known as Parabolica. As there's a yellow flag in sector 1, that's a Ferrari of Dan Zwetan. Just going a bit slowly after finishing his lap. Dan Zwetan's up in P5. And actually, there is a Alpine going slowly, that's Armin Schlomer. I think he might be on the flying lap and going quite slowly, as Lawrence Shelvish is now retiring from this session in the pit lane. He won't be doing another lap because he definitely does not need to.
Yeah, I doubt that we'll see anyone. I reckon if you're past the 120.7 mark, if you're in the 120.7s or below, I feel like there won't be much need for you to run another lap in this qualifying session. If you're not in the 120.7s, you might want to go out again, just to consolidate. But realistically, you should be okay as long as you're in the 120s. I expect you should be good for this qualifying session.
Yeah. You know, that actually reminds me. I need to find a new tier 2 driver for Haas.
I need to find a new tier 2 driver for Ferrari.
Yeah, after I left. Oh, and there's a car going slowly. That's a Haas. That's Axel Korstrom going slowly. Where is he? He's warmed up.
He's coming down the back straight.
Simon Serra also retires from the session. Where is
He's
he?
retired on track out of the second Lesmo.
I can't find whoever's close to him. Who's close to him?
Yeah, it was yeah, he's just gone past, but he's retired on track, pulled over and retired on the exit of
So everybody's now retiring from the session.
Second Lesmo.
Yeah.
I feel like that might have been an issue for Simon Casera though, as that was a seeing that he is only in 12th. There are quite a few drivers below him that I would expect have the pace to get to him, if not past him. So they might want to be careful.
There's Ludwig Beresford, who we know is a very fast driver on his day. He's now on the flying lap, his first lap of the session. He locks up going into turn 1, misses the apex, but keeps it tight through the second part of the first chicane. Now, Curva Grande. This is a flat-out right-hander that leads into another very tight chicane, the De La Rocha chicane. He sets the fastest sector 1, braking hard for this, trying not to get onto that orange part of the inside curve on entry. He gets on the gravel, but he carries the speed through. Lesmo carries the speed through. Lesmo 1 now. Lesmo 2, let's see how he does that. It's important to get a good exit through here. He has a lot of understeer going through that corner. DRS now open, going onto the straight that leads onto one of the fastest corners here, Ascari, usually flat out in real life, not flat out in the game. But we'll see what he does. He almost invalidates there. He gets a nice exit, going onto the non-DRS straight after Ascari. That leads onto the Michele Alboreto curve. This corner is also make and break. All the corners on this track are make and break. He misses the apex, but tries to keep it tight. He goes out wide. He gets quite a bit of oversteer there. But now crosses the line and goes P14.
Yeah, not what Ludwig would have wanted there. Definitely not as fast as he could have been. So that's unfortunate for him. What we will now need to watch out for is a driver like Theodore Stonewood, who is in 16th. He's only run on the medium tyres so far. He's now put on brand new softs to go out and do one lap at the end of this session. And, well, let's say I would be surprised if we don't see Theodore Stonewood getting well out of the bottom 5.
Yeah. We know he's a fast driver from Tier 2, almost winning the championship. Actually, almost winning. He won the championship in Tier 2.
As Funatek looks like he's gone round Ascari as well.
Yeah, we can see Ascari now on board with Tom Gibbs, but you can see
has...
his car on
oh,
track, not ghosted.
Track.
His
no,
car
he's
wasn't
not ghosted.
That completely ruined Tom Gibbs's lap there.
And it will ruin a few more drivers behind as well. As the Ferrari there of Jonas Janum had to run really, really wide over the exit of Ascari to try and avoid him there. We'll have to hope that this car, it has now, it's now disappeared, which is good.
And 32 seconds left to go in this session. Will Theodore Stonewood make it in time? Yes, he will. Now going through the Michele Alboreto curve. But will his teammate Iku Koskinen make it? He's now approaching the Ascari. He's got 20 seconds to go through Parabolica and make it to the start finish line. He's cutting as many corners as he can to make it. He's got 15 seconds. Will he make it? He's not going to make it. He's gone out too late.
Yeah, he's left too much time. Yeah, too little time even, which is not good. It's not what he would have wanted, because we know that he has the pace to get out of that place that he's in now. Although 13th, he may well carry through to Q2. We will see if the drivers behind can improve enough to push him down.
Theodore Stonewood, his teammate, the Mercedes driver who made it to the line, got the fastest sector 1, got a very nice Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2. Now going on to the straight after the Lesmos, which is called, let me check because I always forget the corner names. That's the fastest sector 2
as well. This is, Theodore is flying. He is absolutely on the ball so far in this session. Here we go, through the final corner here. A little bit wide of the apex, gets on the power very nicely, shortens the run to the line as much as possible. And
he goes fastest!
He goes fastest. I didn't quite see the time, but I'm assuming it was probably going to...
296.
296. So first driver into the 120.2s.
Almost a tenth faster than Axel Horstrom.
And we have less than a second covering the top 14 drivers here, which is nuts.
Yeah. I found out the name of that second DRS straight. It's called Seraglio. I cannot pronounce that. Hold on.
However, my game is saying that we do only have 14 drivers going through to the next session.
Yeah, the game is weird like that. You never know.
Possibly because Cameron Wynn crashed out so early. But he still put in a time that would have gotten him through.
Seraglio. Yeah. That's the name of that straight. Google always helps. Anyways, we're going now into Q2. We're just waiting on Jonas Shane and Cameron Wynn to load in, and we'll be going into Q2 to see what tyres everybody in the top 10 will start on. And to decide the bottom, decide where P14 to P11, who will be starting P14 to P11. Sorry. Still waiting on Jonas Shane and Cameron Wynn.
Gonna be interesting to see. In terms of the tires, whether there are guys that are confident enough to run the mediums to get through, or whether it's all going to be running on softs again.
With the way things go in VRL, everybody will start on mediums, see what pace they have. If they've got strong enough pace, they will stay on the mediums. People who we know will have the pace: Axel Korstrom, Lawrence Shelvish, and Theodore Stonewood. But then there are some people here who probably will have to go onto the softs. We will have Aidan Brown, Simon Kucera, drivers like that. Drivers who've got good race pace, but just but sometimes lack a bit in qualifying.
Theodore Stonewood, he tried the mediums in Q1 and it really didn't work. He was down in 16th, having done his laps on those mediums before he switched onto the new soft compound.
Yeah, but
so it'll be interesting to see whether they'll be, as Nathan and Hartog is out on the soft.
Everybody else is on mediums behind them. Nathan and Hartog, Theodore Stonewood and Aidan Brown all on softs. Like I said.
Interesting. So three very quick drivers on the have opted for the soft tyre there, which you wouldn't necessarily anticipate. You'd anticipate that the drivers that don't quite have the pace of the top 3 or 4 in this league would have gone for the soft tyres to get through, but apparently not.
Yeah. Yeah, as you were saying as well, Theodore struggled on those mediums, but that's because everybody was on softs. Now that everybody's on mediums and that he's the only one on softs, I mean, that won't play into his favour. I mean, he won't have the opportunity to test his pace out.
Well, I expect he knows what his pace is like on the mediums because he did the running on them in Q1. Obviously, the problem is that if he goes out and does a really fast lap on the soft, but then everyone else switches to the softs and goes faster, he has to go out again.
Yeah.
Is his problem. Ideally, you would have done a lap on the mediums, seen where you were, and then decided if you wanted to go out on the soft, which isn't the way that a few of the drivers are running it in this session.
And we're watching now Nathan and Hartog, who's going through Lesmo 1 currently, going through the DRS activation point, almost invalidating that game, very close to the white line there on the exit of Lesmo 1, and there's a yellow flag. That is a Haas going slowly on straight. That's probably Axel Caution just letting past. Yeah.
Why?
And there's a yellow flag. That's Simon Kucera who spun. Sorry, no, that was Simon Kucera who was going slowly, not spun. Why did I say spun?
No,
that's Tristan Kuipers.
Yeah, Red Bull behind him, I believe, who was having issues.
Yeah, that's Tristan Kuipers going slowly.
He's pulled over. Has he not got enough fuel? Is he waiting to be at the back of the pack? It looks like he was waiting to be at the back of the pack.
But now he's lacking that slipstream as Alexander Jasinski goes fastest with 1:21.5 on the medium compounded tyres. Theodore Stone with P2 on softs.
He hasn't set a lap time yet.
Oh wait, sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. Jack Braston, P2 on mediums as well. He is slower by 3/10. Ludwig Beresford on the mediums as well, 1:22.3. That is time is good enough for P4. Alexi Cabarro, the Alpine, P3, 1:21.8. And Sam Serra on the mediums, a 1:36.9. Extremely fast time there from Air Simon. And Tristan Kuiper sets an even faster time of 1:45.541. Super fast time there's. Super fast time is times.
I'm assuming he's going for a double push lap then.
Yeah.
Or I guess he may have treated that push lap as a warm-up lap, I guess.
Ludwig
It
Beresford.
looked like Ludwig went straight over at the second chicane there and had to slow down.
Theodore Stone with fastest on the soft compound tyre by 1.2 seconds. That's expected because the soft compound tyres are really overpowered here.
Yeah, I doubt that he'll have to run again in this session. However, it does mean that he'll have to start on the soft for the race, which isn't necessarily ideal unless you can build a humongous gap.
Yeah.
As Nathan Den Hartog goes second with a 120.445, also on the soft tyres.
Theodore Stonewood did the exact same time as Axel Korstrom in Q1, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so.
Actually, no, he went. Yeah, no. No, actually, never mind. Axel Korstrom did a 20.372.
Getting busy down at turn 1.
Very busy. Somebody's cutting across the track. That is the Alpine of Lexi Favero. Just going straight on.
We also had Tristan Kuipers involved down there. Clearly he maybe invalidated his second lap, so he also hasn't managed to get past that 145, which he was having issues with earlier.
Actually, as you say that, he's on the flying lap and sets the fastest Sector 1.
Indeed he does.
So, I mean...
Clearly,
yeah.
Clearly those mediums are working a lot better for him than for the other drivers on the grid at the moment. And he is sat right in the slipstream of the driver in front of him, which I believe is Danza Waiton.
He sets the fast sector 2 and is up on his time by 17.5 seconds, I believe that said. Now heading towards the final corner, the Michele Albretta curve. There's a lot of traffic here. He might be distracted, and look, and he doesn't. He gets a very good exit coming out of there. He's gonna be in slipstream of the Ferrari up front. He goes P4 with 121.440. He's the second fastest medium runner right now, behind Alexander Jasinski, who's in the pit lane.
And it looks like he may even be going for another flying lap after that as well.
He's got 1.5 litres of fuel, so it could be possible.
I don't know, we'll see.
Actually, it doesn't now, as you can see his ERS running out. He's out of deployment. Sorry, it's low on ERS. Not out of deployment.
No, yeah. I doubt that he's... No, he's doing a lap to the pits. He's upshifting too early for it to be a flying lap, yeah.
Danzel Waitan behind him also just finished his flying lap. That puts him into P5 or 121.454. Who's on the flying lap? Simon Cusera's about to start a flying lap unless he pits, which he is with 0.0 litres of fuel left.
And as I'm sure you will see, we have had Alexi Cavero go on to the soft tyres. I believe he's boxed in, as is, on my tower it's displaying him as having 0 lap hold softs on.
Yeah, he is.
So whether he's put those on anticipating that other people are going to be switching, which it looks like they are. Ludwig and also Tolga have put on new soft tyres.
Yeah, as we see Hugo Stone retiring from the session on those 1 lap hold softs.
Yeah, I don't expect he needs to run again, so I'm not particularly surprised that he's retired. As Axel Kolstrom was that, goes third fastest with a 121.2. Indeed, it was.
And mediums as well.
The mediums, yeah. He's within 0.8 of the soft runners, which is a lot closer than I thought the medium tyres would get, really.
Yeah. He's actually faster on those mediums than some soft compound runners.
Yeah, indeed he is. So now we do have more softs starting to turn up in this session now.
Stan, the Polish hash driver, now rounding off Code de Grande, going into the De La Rosa chicane on a flying lap. Through Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2. Lesmo 2. Now he gets a very nice run onto the hold on, D.
Just call it the back straight, my man.
D. Oh no, I've lost the talk thing. Hold on. Onto the.
This is so anticlimactic. I hope you know.
Hold on, the Seraglio straight. Gets a nice exit onto there. Back
Mate, he's literally already finished the lap, and you and you've only just got around to talking about him.
Seraglio. Beautiful Italian pronunciation there.
We do have some other drivers coming round, I believe, finishing laps.
Yeah, we've got a Ferrari. That's
Aiden
an Alfa
Brown is boxing,
and so is Jack Raston. We've got Lawrence Chavez crossing the line now. What time's it going to be for him? It's going to be P3 on the mediums. He's 5 tenths away from Theodore Stone with the mediums.
That is very good pace from Lawrence Chavez, who I doubt will need to run again in this session unless everyone else decides to put on softs. But yeah, that's a very good lap there from Lawrence.
Yeah, extremely good lap.
As Tolga goes 10th on the soft tyres with a 121.5, not the lap he will have been looking for on those soft tyres. Who else have we got out on track at the moment?
We've got a Williams of Ludwig Beresford on the out lap, now approaching the final corner. We've also got Stan, who's boxing, and Tolga Nauban. And also Lawrence Chavez. As Tolga Nauban sets the fastest sector 1 on soft compound tyres.
Indeed he does. We do have drivers coming out of the pits now. It's getting quite busy on the exit of pit lane by the looks of things.
There's about 3 cars there. They're very close to a car on the hot lap who is Ludwig Beresford. He's going to come out in the traffic.
As Jack Brassington just completely dismisses turn 1.
Yeah, exactly how his teammate did.
I expect he'll say that he was trying not to mess up the driver behind him.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, he's also the race director. As Ludwig Beresford fastest sector 1, I think the sectors must be a glitch, but yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone has gone fastest in sector 1 at some point in this session. Either that, or Ludwig is putting together a very, very good lap. As now we have Tolga goes 3rd with a 120.799 on those soft tyres.
He did get the fastest sector 2, Tolga Nauban. Oh, and that's very close between Ludwig Beresford and Simon Serra. Simon Serra, the Alpha Tauri, gave the Williams a tow down the
Seraglio.
Straight.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of drivers out on track now.
He rounds off the final corner. What times are going to be for him? It's good enough for P5. A 21.018. As Lawrence Chavez is on medium softs now, he's exiting the pit lane.
Everyone except Aiden Brown down in 14th is now on soft tyres.
When I think there may have been a collision turn. Actually no, it's just 2 Alpha Tauris towing each other along. Simon Serra, he's on the lap, and Alexander Stinsky. I think next. And as I said in the beginning of qualifying, Theodore, it will happen. Everybody starts on mediums, then goes to softs. What has happened?
Everyone started on mediums and then went to softs. It is exactly what you said.
Yeah. And Theodore Stonewood in the chat right now, Theodore LFC, just said no way, as everybody's going onto the softs. And very gore. That was very, 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 very nearly a big crash from from Simon Casera. Axel
Axel Kolstrom goes fastest with a 1:20.223, the fastest lap we've seen so far. Jack Brassington goes third with a 1:20.4. And we've had Alexi Cavero go fifth with a 1:20.673.
Some drivers won't be able to get to the line. Danzel Waitan won't be able to get to the line now as he's going through Parabolica. It's not going to be enough to start a new lap, but it will be enough to finish his current flying lap, and it's going to be P6 for Danzel Waitan. Axel Kolstrom, Theodore Stonewood, Jack Braston, top three in that order. Next car across the line will be a Red Bull. That's the Red Bull of Tristan Kuipers. He hasn't set a competitive lap time yet so far.
He needs a
what
good
time's
lap
it going
time
to
here.
be? It's going to be good
It's
enough for
second.
P2 at 1:23.76 for the Red Bull for the Dutch Red Bull driver. Next car across the line will be the Haas of Stan, and
No, he's
Stan goes
boxed.
in the pit lane. So this is our top 10 order. Axel Kolstrom. This is the drivers who make it into Q3. Sorry, Axel Kolstrom. Actually, no.
Hold on, we do still have a few cars down at the bottom finishing laps here, and they're all in the tow of each other.
Actually, Axel Kolstrom hasn't finished his lap, so he might go even faster. Unless he decides to pit, which
As
he does.
Alexi Cavero goes second fastest with a 1:20.3 now.
It's a good lap from the Alpine driver. Next car across the line was Ludwig Beresford. He's now up into P9. Lawrence Shelvish hasn't done a lap. Lawrence Shelvish is out in Q2.
He's out in
He's
Q2.
invalidated his lap. Lawrence Shelvish is out in Q2. He won't be able to get that pole position.
As Alexander Jasinski goes 8th with a 1:20.7, and is the driver who pushed him out of the bottom of the top 10.
Lawrence Shelvish must surely be disappointed with that. He's been so competitive all qualifying. He's been so competitive this season. It's such a shame to see him be knocked out in Q2. But on the plus side, he will have access to free tyre choice, so I mean it's not that bad.
Oh, it was by 1,000th of a second.
Oh, that must really hurt for Lawrence Shelvish.
That was so close, as we have 5/10 separating the top 10. That is insane.
Voice crack, top 11.
Yeah, indeed.
And
So the 5 drivers out in Q2 are Lawrence Shelvish, Simon Casera, Stan, and Aidan Brown. Are the 4 drivers, in fact, that we've lost in this Q2 session here at Monza.
Yeah, it's really, really unfortunate. If he'd only start on those softs, if he did the first lap on the softs, he would have gotten into Q3, and he would have been able to just. Wow, that is so unfortunate. Right, move now into Q3. It's the pole shootout. So who do you think will get pole now?
Probably Axel Kolstrom. He's been the only driver to get into the 1:20.2s. He's done it in both sessions so far. Other than Theodore Stonewood, who went for a 1:20.2 in qualifying 1. So I think now it has to be between Theodore Stonewood and Axel Kolstrom, in my mind. Although obviously you never know, because then Tristan Kuipers might rock up and put in a lap time for pole. Jack Brassington might rock up and put in a time for pole. Alexi Cavero could rock up and put in a time that takes him to pole position. There are so many drivers that are so close to each other. I honestly, it could be anyone at this point, realistically.
Yeah, and as I say that, Theodore Stonewood, first car to leave the pit lane on new soft compound tyres. He leaves the pit lane, is in the pit exit now and going into the first chicane, which is called where's my Monza track map gone? Hold on, give me like a minute. which is called.
Are we really doing this again?
Which is called Retafilo. I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
Retafilo.
Retafilo, yes. Retafilo.
And the second chicane is Variante della Roggia. Then you got Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2.
Yeah.
Then you got the back straight, which is called something that I can't remember.
Back straight Seraglio. Seraglio.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Then you got Variante Ascari.
And then you've got another straight which is called. Hold on, let me get it. It doesn't have a name.
It doesn't have a name.
Actually,
then
it
you
does.
got the no name.
It does. It's
What?
called Retafilo Centro.
Retafilo Centro.
Yes.
And then down into what used to be the Parabolica, but is now called...
Michele Alboreto curve.
There it is. Michele Alboreto. Right, okay, I'll remember that, maybe. Here we go. Theodore Stonewood starting his first flying lap of the session.
Oh, actually, that back straight was called whatever I said in 1994. It's not called that anymore. So that's unfortunate. Anyways, he now goes through Retafilo. Went through Retafilo. That's the first chicane.
Grande now.
Going down into Della Roggia chicane. So that's the first sector one, the only sector one we've had. He gets on that inside curve, which you don't want to get on since it launches you in the air. I have a lot of experience with that. Mainly accidentally punting drivers onto it and causing them to DNF, but we don't talk about that. Lesmo 2, he took quite nicely. Could have gotten to the throttle a bit earlier. DRS now wide open, keeping it tight, and then slowly making your way over to the right without scrubbing off too much speed and momentum. Now braking a bit for Scurry and turning in as much as possible, getting very close to that inside curbing, inside sausage curb. Sorry. Now going on to the no-name straight, heading towards the Michele Alboreto curve, formerly known as Parabolica, as we've repeated multiple times. He keeps, hugs the apex and lets it roll out wide as there's a car going slowly. He's gonna keep it to the inside, and he goes, and he does a 20.213. That's the first lap we've had so far in
Damn.
any of the qualifying
the
sessions. Nathan Hartog goes P2 in the Aston Martin. Next car across the line will be Alexander Jasinski. What time is it going to be? It's going to be a 120.494. Then after next car crossing the going through the Michele Alboreto curve now is Alexis Cavero. What time's it going to be for him? The Alpine. He's shown potential throughout Q1 and Q2. What's it going to be? It's going to be P2 with a 120.254. Then he sets the fast sector 3. Jack Braston, next car across the line, will be a P3 with a 120.266. Then we're gonna have Ludwig Brasford across the line with 141.676. There's a lot of room for improvement there.
Yeah, just a side to lap I expect there for Ludwig.
There's
I don't believe he was pushing. So we also have Axel Kolstrom coming to finish his first lap. Here we go, and it is only sick. 120.5. Lots of time in that for Axel, as I'm sure everyone knows. As Tolga goes 7th with a 120.9. So there are drivers here that can find a lot of time on these laps.
Yeah. Next car who will be across the line will be...
Nathan Den Hartog is coming across the line again. Whether he's found any time, it doesn't look like it.
He did actually. He found 18 thousandths of a second. Doesn't move him up.
My bad.
Oh,
sorry, Nathan.
Goes straight on.
Goes straight over. Which we did see someone else doing, I believe, at last year's Monza Grand Prix. I believe it was Sebastian Vettel lost his brake-by-wire system, didn't he?
2 years ago now, actually.
Yeah, I believe.
It's been 2 years, almost 2 years now.
That was 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it was, because he was still at Ferrari. Yeah. And obviously then, last year at Monza, we have the ever-famous Hamilton-Verstappen incident down at Turn 1 as well.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure will go down in the history books as one of the most toxic F1 moments of all time.
They were just making a Williams car, so yeah. Just making a Williams, casually. In front of about 500 million people.
Who all then immediately jumped onto Twitter.
Yeah.
And and just blew up. Here we go. Tristan Kuipers is now on the start of his flying lap.
Ollie, do you want to take us through?
What with, yeah, sure. So down into Rettifilio here, braking very, very late into there. Managed to get it stopped. Second gear, then third on exit. Shifting up to fourth early to get the grip. Keep it tight all the way through Curva Grande here. Yeah, very nice there from him. Kept it tight to the line the whole time. And now we come through the second chicane here at Monza. Takes a little bit of the inside curb. Unsettled the car. Not ideal. Seventh gear before we go into Lesmo 1. Down to fourth, then fifth. Fourth to get the turn in. Fifth to get the grip. Fourth and then fifth on the exit of Lesmo 2. Very nice running through there from Tristan. This Red Bull car looking very settled in the hands of Tristan Kuipers at the moment. Now up through Variante Ascari. You want to ride those sausage curbs just a little bit. Miss that final apex, which he has, as you don't want to hit the sausage curb on the inside, as unfortunately Funatech proved in qualifying 1 when he lost it through there. Now through the final corner, used to be called, of course, Parabolica, now called Michele Alboreto. To the line now comes Tristan Kuipers, and it is fourth with a 120.286, only 0.02 in fact of a second, separating the Red Bull cars in third and fourth.
We now only have 5 cars on track, as everybody else is waiting in the pit lane for the timer to go down.
And Tristan Kuipers, in fact, is the 4th driver in this session to go into the 120.2.
Yeah.
We have the top 4 drivers covered by just over 0.07 of a second.
You won't
and I'm
get
sure
this from any other motorsport.
Definitely not modern F1.
Yeah. You might get it from go-karting, but that's not really a motorsport, that's really a karting sport. I mean, it is kind of a motorsport, but it's not really a motorsport. But it is. If you get me. I don't know how to explain it, it's kind of confusing. It's like a feeder series for the feeder series. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm waffling about. Anyways,
You're just talking because there's no one on track.
yeah. But then again, like, mini karting is like, rental karting is the feeder series for the feeder series, that's the feeder series for the feeder series. That is the feeder series to F1.
There's a lot of stages to go through before you get to F1 is basically what you're trying to say.
But then again, driving like a RC car, that's the feeder series for the feeder series of the feeder series.
I'm gonna start crying if you keep going. I'm just gonna leave. I'll be like, right, you could do the whole race on your own then. I'm out.
I mean, it is how Lewis Hamilton started. He started RC car racing, so yeah. Theodore Stone gets the fastest sector 1 by, I believe it was 6,000 for a second, but then invalidates on the exit of Lasmo 2. So that's quite unfortunate.
Trying to work out who is and isn't on flying laps. So Nathan Den Hartog is on a flying lap on new softs, just coming down out of Lesmo 2 and into Ascari now. He's gone purple in the middle sector on these new soft tyres, and he's lost it through Ascari. He's lost it through Ascari, lost his front wing. The car is intact, but that's it. He won't be able to get to the pits and put on the new wing and go back out. So that'll be it, unfortunately, for Nathan Den Hartog. Disappointing for him, as with that purple middle sector, I expect he would have been looking to be in the top 4.
He could make it if he goes through the pit lane quickly and gets his front wing as quickly as possible. What he has to do is get into the pit lane and just press. Yeah, he won't make it.
No, he won't. There's no way.
Unless he's got 10 seconds, because you can make up about 5 seconds on this track if you cut all the corners, which he won't because pit crew are taking forever.
Pit crew always do. That'll be the end of it for Nathan, which is disappointing for him, definitely. With that purple middle sector, I expect he would have been aiming to be in the top 4 drivers, but I expect we may see him shuffled further down the order as the rest of these drivers do their laps with these new tyres on.
Ludwig Beresford crosses the line, goes faster by a couple tenths of a second. Next car across the line will be the Mercedes. Will be the Red Bull Jack Baston. He doesn't improve. He's on the flying lap now. He was doing a double. Yeah, he's now starting his flying lap. After him will be Theodore Stonewood, who is boxing. Theodore Stonewood is boxing. So he's out of qualifying. Jack Baston goes fastest.
Axel goes fastest again. Axel Kolstrom with a 1:20.110. The second driver there into the 0.1 category of the 20-second barrier there.
Togan Alban also on the flying lap. He just made it. He got to the finish line by about 5 seconds. Next car across the line, Danzel Waitan. He won't make it. He's got 3 seconds. This is the second time he hasn't made it. He hasn't made it. He hasn't made it in Q1 or Q2. Q2 or Q3 now. Then next car that will be crossing the line will be the Williams of Ludwig Beresford. He doesn't look like he's done a good lap. He's down by 4 hundredths of a second. Is he going to improve through power?
Tristan Kuipers is up. Tristan Kuipers is up by 1/10.5, coming through the final corner here. This could be a challenge for pole position here from Tristan Kuipers. Oh, it's so close. A 1:20.143 there for Tristan Kuipers, goes second in the Red Bull.
That was a good lap from Tristan, but not good enough.
Alexi Cavero goes round.
And Alexi Cavero's out. Alexi Cavero's ruined. He's lost his front wing, and Alexi Cavero's out for the contention. Out of contention for pole position. As Jack Brassington gets into the 119s. Axel Gorsham follows him, goes into the 119.942s. Jack Brassington faster by 4 hundredths of a second. Next car across the line will be Togan Alban. He won't be able to improve enough. He's down by 4. He's up by 2 tenths of a second, but it won't be enough. It's enough to get to P9, but that's basically the end of qualifying. Danzel Waitan can't improve because he missed the line. So that's the end of qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Brassington gets pole position in this race here at Monza. Danzel Waitan goes to P5. He apparently made it to the line with about 15 milliseconds to spare.
It's because he joined the session. He joined the session late, so he would have had another 15-20 seconds over the rest of the field. I saw that it popped up that he joined the session later, so I don't know whether that will be removed before the start of the race.
Probably will get removed.
Yeah, we're saying already that it's not going to count.
So Danzel Waitan's round.
Not that it particularly matters. He needs to retire from the session anyway, and he does.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, this is your top 10. Jack Braston gets pole position by 3 hundredths of a second from Axel Korstrom. It's a 1-3 for Red Bull. Tristan Kuipers P3. Then we've got Theodore Stonewood. Danzel Waitan's lap won't count, so that means he'll be down in P8. After that, we've got Alexi Cavero, Nathan and Hartog, Alexander Jasinski, Togan Alban, and Ludwig Beresford. So ladies and gentlemen, now let's get into this Italian Grand Prix. One of the most iconic races on the calendar. Alongside Monaco, Silverstone, and what other iconic races are there?
And interestingly enough, I don't know if you've seen, but rather disappointingly for him, I don't know if you've seen it, but Armin has been reported for blocking a lap, even though he DNF'd on the exit of Ascari.
Yeah,
I doubt there'll be any action against it, as he had DNF'd. There was nothing that he could do. He wasn't able to move the car, but for some reason it hadn't ghosted.
Yeah, there's been issues with the game and about ghosting again. Stuff.
There's been issues with the game since it came out. Realistically.
It's. Anyways, we're now here for the formation lap. Anyways, here is the final order. I think we might have to get a lobby restart.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Rexy has been moved, so we may get a lobby restart.
Actually, I don't think we will. FIA aren't currently saying anything about it, so he did go away with it, like Lewis Hamilton, by rear-ending Max Verstappen in Saudi Arabia. Anyways,
Let's not try and bring that up, shall we?
anyways, the Red Bulls are dominating, like usual, unlike in real life, for the past couple of seasons, except 2021. It's been Mercedes who are dominating, not Red Bull. Red Bull are good. Anyways, so here is the order. Jack Preston will be starting on pole position. Behind him will be Axel Kullstrom in the Haas. Then we've got Tristan Kuipers, Theodore Stonewood, Dan Zuwaitan, Alexei Cavero, Nathan in the Hot Dog, Alexander Jasinski. Then we've got Togan Alban, Ludwig Beresford, who rounds off the top 10. Then we've got Lawrence Shelvish, sadly crashed out. Did not make it through. Through to the Q3 as he. What did he do? Oh yes, as he couldn't get, he invalidated his soft flying glab, so that's really unfortunate. Then we've got Simon Casera behind Lawrence Shelvish on mediums as well. Lawrence is on mediums, alongside Stan and Jones Janum and Armin Schlomer. Then we've got Aidan Brown, Cameron Wynn in the McLaren, Ethan Costin, the other Mercedes. Then we've got Tom Gitzbert in the Williams, Jones Janum, Sam Zabdami, the final Alfa Romeo, and then P20 Armin Schlomer, the Alpine, the German Alpine driver. And now we
Indeed.
see.
So obviously the strategy here is soft to medium, but if you're on those medium tyres and you have the pace, medium to soft will be the preferred strategy because those soft tyres will be faster on a lighter load at the end of the race.
Yeah.
So Lawrence Shelvish, starting just outside the top 10 on medium tyres, could see a run quite high into the points here.
Now we're on board with Axel Kullstrom. We're waiting for the lights to go out. As it's 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we're racing in Monza. I was about to say Imola. As it seems everybody's got a good start. Aidan Brown's dropping down 2 positions. He's down at the P17 now. Armin Schlomer's got a better start than Sam Zabdomi. He's overtaken. He's down up into P19. Everybody seems to have gotten away cleanly. Theodore Stonewood's into P3. Simon Casera's gone round. Simon Casera is where? Where's Simon Casera? Oh, Simon Casera's last now.
Filio, yeah. He got hit from behind. I believe it was by Ludwig, who went over the inside curb at turn 1.
As Ludwig Beresford's trying to have a go down the inside of Togan Alban. Togan Alban has to bail out and cut the corner. He loses 2 positions whilst doing that. Lawrence Shelvish up in P10. Zelo flags. Sarah has spun again. It Costin's going past Tom Gitzbert, and Cameron Wynn's going past Tom Gitzbert. And Cameron Wynn and Tom Gitzbert are still side by side going through Les Mode 2. As Alexander Shinsky's out of the session. He's crashed. He's in the wall on the exit of Lesmo 2 going down the however you pronounce this straight. Seraglio, yes. And there's a VSC.
Virtual safety car.
Yeah.
That was yeah, things happened.
A lot. It looked like a very nice, clean, even start from everybody. Lawrence Shelvish is out of the session.
Lawrence Shelvish has left the session. It doesn't say that he's out.
Sorry, left. I mean,
whether that is a desync issue, we will see.
I think desync has been pat. Oh yeah, he's back.
Yeah, he's joined back again.
Nathan in the hot dog and Dan Zuwaitan are trading positions on the VSC. That's weird.
That's not really how it works.
Tom Gitzbert is in the pit lane. He's definitely gotten damage from that incident with I believe it was Alexander Jasinski. And we're back racing. I've got no gap, so I can't see any overtakes. Nathan in the hot dog is going to try go round the outside of Dan Zuwaitan, going into the whatever this is called. Oh, they touch. The Ludwig Beresford's trying to get past the Ferrari of Dan Zuetan. He did get past the Ferrari of Dan Zuetan. Now Lawrence Selvich is no, and Lawrence Selvich touches Dan Zuetan. Dan Zuetan gets pushed onto the gravel trap, and now he's losing so many positions. He's down into P13 now. Lawrence Selvich now approaching behind Ludwig Beresford. He's gonna try get close enough so he can make the move down into Ascari.
From what I can see, it doesn't look like Lawrence Selvich has had any wing damage from that incident.
I believe
so he's gotten away with it there.
Lawrence Selvich now going to try go down the inside on the straight and make the move fully stick into Michele Alberto, and that's job done for him. And Simon Xero spun again into Ascari. We see everybody's just casually getting all fastest lap, getting fast laps. And Ollie, you must be really upset about Rexy being pushed down all the way to P14 as Ferrari team principal.
Yeah, not something that I like to see. You know, I won't comment on the incident. As a commentator, I need to be unbiased, unlike Sky Sports.
Oh, they're going through wide in curve de Grande. Talking now about moves across, and they're gonna go 2 by 2 going into the second chicane. They've made it somehow stick. They're still battling. And
no,
that's Stan. That is Stan, who's lost his front wing on the exit of the second chicane.
Wow, yeah.
Ow.
The action just hasn't stopped yet, basically.
I just hit my hand on my desk. Ow.
We've got Axel Kohlstrom, who is going to be in perfect DRS range with Jack Brassington on the main straight next lap.
Actually, as you say that, Ludwig Beresford and Anita Koskinen were trying to go side by side for Ascari. That didn't work out, so they both backed out of it. Now Dan Zuetan's going past Nathan Brown. That's good. That's a good job by Dan Zuetan getting past. Ito Kostinen's got, Cameron Wynn's going past Ito Kostinen now. And Cameron Wynn's looking for more. He's going to try get in front of Ludwig Beresford on this straight. He's going to have DRS and slipstream from his teammate Togen Alban. But that's not going to be enough. Ludwig Beresford's got more straight line speed, even with DRS advance. They're going to go 3 wide down the straight. They've touched. They're going to go 3 wide in turn 1. And that's the McLaren's round. One of the McLarens was almost round, and the Williams is finally ahead. He's actually gained more than he's lost on that. Simon Cacero's going past Stan. He's in the pit lane now, boxing for new soft compound tyres. And Dan Zuetan's trying to get past Ito Kostinen now. He's joining the battle. He's going to try and go round the outside. And no, Ito Kostenen's going to try slip past Cameron Wynn. Going to try, was going down the inside, but he just couldn't get the power down since Cameron Wynn was already turning in.
Yeah, nice work from Ludwig, Tolga and Cameron to keep everything in a straight line there. It was going 3 wide into there. It looked like someone was going to come out with either a broken wing or facing back down towards the start of the start-finish straight. But it looks like everyone's managed to get out of that without A, any damage, or B, facing the wrong way down the track, which is good to see.
Yeah, and also Dion, there isn't a battle. It's a DRS train for the lead, actually. So there's not really anything interesting. What is interesting...
Well, apart from the fact that there's 4 of them.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 6-way battle for P7, so...
Axel Kohlstrom's thinking about the move.
Try go down the inside. And that's Theodore Stonewood
and that's
coming
Theodore
down
Stonewood turning it into a move on Axel Kohlstrom. Axel's got better drive out the corner. He's got the inside line for Curva Grande. He should be able to keep ahead of Theodore Stonewood here, who now slots back into the slipstream. Maybe into the second chicane. Theodore Stonewood might be looking for a move here. He thinks better of it. Yes, he does. As Axel Kohlstrom stays ahead.
And adding to that now, Armin Schlomo and Aidan Brown are literally side by side. 8 thousandths of a second separate them, and Armin Schlomo lets it go, and Aidan Brown gets past. Dan Zuetan's in the gravel.
Yeah, all sorts of battling going on back here. Oh, he's being forced off.
Oh,
yeah,
that will definitely
contact
be...
again through Lesmo 1 with Armin there.
That will definitely be some kind of there will be some kind of action against Armin Schlomo, as Dan Zuetan is now going side by side with Armin. What? Dan Zuetan's going side by side with Armin Schlomo into Ascari. Danzel gets past easily around the outside.
Armin let that one go there. Back to what's going on with the top 4 as they come down the main straight again. all very, very close to each other. There's less than 2 seconds covering the whole of the top 4. It's going to be interesting to see if anyone makes any moves. Axel Kolstrom thinks about it.
Nathan Hartog gets that, he's going to try to go round the outside of Alexi Cavara. That can only end one way. Well, 2 ways actually. One way is Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen.
And the other way is how it has ended up, which is both of the drivers live to see Curva Grande.
They're still side by side going through Curve de Grande. Armin Schlom's going past Samsa Abdami. Samsa Abdami's going past Jonas Janum. And Nathan the Hartog's actually lost out. He's now behind Alexi Cavero. And he's lost about 4/10 of a second. Ludwig Beresford's going past Cameron Wynn, and they almost forced each other out onto the gravel. They're gonna try to go 3 wide. Well, almost 3 wide. They were 3 wide for a second, but they all backed out of it. That's good racecraft there.
This is going to be messy at Ascari. Oh, as E2 there is forced out wide. E2 Koskinen was forced out wide there.
Aidan Brown gets a very
Aidan Brown is there, as is the Ferrari driver as well of Denzel. Here we go.
And that's it. Koskinen in the gravel. He didn't lose out much, but actually he did lose out quite a bit. He lost the position to Armin Schlomer now, and actually, as you say that, Axel Kolstrom is going to try and go for a move down the inside of Jack Braston into turn 1. Is he going to make the move stick? Yes, he is. Job done for Axel Kolstrom, and there's a yellow flag in sector 3. Simon Caceres round in Ascari. He's doing donuts on the track. And Theodore Stoneman's going past Tristan Combs. Axel Kolstrom has fallen down the order to P4.
What's happened to Axel there? Has he gone round?
I think so. Ludwig Beresford's going past Aidan Brown in this year. Flag, someone's round. Sam's Abdami, E2 Koskinen.
Nathan Den Hartog.
3 people are round. Sam's Abdami, E2 Koskinen, and Armin Schlemmer were all involved in that.
Nathan Den Hartog, I doubt, has a front wing at this moment in time.
What is going on?
No, he doesn't.
And that's Aidan Brown, who's gone round. Tolkien Alban's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I just saw a McLaren completely cutting across the front of Aidan Brown.
I don't understand what's happening anymore.
Neither do I.
I mean, the driving standards here at the moment are comparable to that of the F3 Championship a few years back. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, in
F3 in 2015, where they basically just got rid of the whole weekend. They didn't count any points. They just got rid of the whole thing.
And they're going to go side by side through Michele Albretto. Worse side by side as Axel Kolstrom's down in the pit lane. The Alpine and Aston Martin are going to go side by side in turn 1. The Alpine's defending position from Lawrence Shelvis. Lawrence Shelvis is going to try to go around the outside in turn 1. It's going to end badly as Lexi Cavero spun round.
He won't lose the position to Cameron Wynn behind him, so we'll be happy about that.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, any viewers watching this, I'd recommend put your volume down now because there's going to be more screaming. It's already bad enough, but it's going to get even louder if something even worse happens. Nothing just happened. That's just a car passing a car in a pit lane. Yeah.
I'm trying to keep up with whatever the hell's going on right now. There's so many people that are all just so close to each other.
Theodore Stoneman's going to go for a move down the inside of Jack Braston into Ascari.
He's done it as well. He's made it stick.
Yeah, but Jack Braston gets a good exit. He goes out wide. He gets a track limit. Probably got a track limit warning for that. He's in the slipstream. He doesn't have any ERS left.
Yellow flag
and that's Aidan Brown who spun.
And I doubt has a front wing anymore.
Jack Braston will have DRS on Theodore Stone with that, but Theodore Stone's got a much better exit coming out of Michele Albretto. He's got the DRS now. But his Red Bull teammate's going to try and overtake him. Going to go around the outside. The Mercedes spilling over. He has to brake.
Oh, Jack Brassington still goes.
Jack Braston's, yeah.
Very late there from Jack Brassington to decide to try and go for it. As now Tolga also picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Not ideal for him. And Lawrence Shelvish, starting P11, is now in P4 on those medium tyres.
Yeah.
And could be on for a podium at the end of this race.
I mean, with Lawrence Shelvish, commentators curse.
Yeah, my bad. I'll keep my mouth shut from now on, shall I?
my god.
That was very close for him out of the second chicane there.
Had a heart attack there.
As Armin Schlomer jumps the curbs also at the second chicane.
Tristan Kurbs gets past his teammate Jack Braston into Ascari. Jack Braston is really struggling on those 8-lap-old soft compound tyres. At this rate, Lawrence Shelvis will catch him up by lap 12.
Yeah, and obviously it's all going to be about when the drivers choose to box. I expect if you're going for the undercut, you'll want to box probably lap 10 or 11. If you're sticking with the normal strategy, I expect you'll be boxing either lap 11 or lap 12.
Yeah,
and taking mediums for 15 laps until the end.
And as you were saying that, Ito Kostin went down the went around the
outside. Tristan Kuipers up the inside into Ratafilio. He's got past Theodore Stonewood in the Mercedes, and Tristan Kuipers now has gone from third on the grid to first in the race.
Yeah, but that's not guaranteed. At Monza, anything can happen, especially especially the fact that he won't have DRS now. So he will probably be overtaken by the Mercedes and Red Bull teammate behind. Togan Alban's going to now go side by side with Tom Gitzbert. He gets the move done because Tom Gitzbert doesn't have the DRS even before the corner. And there's a yellow flag. That is a that stands the
Ferrari.
That stands the Weitan gone.
No.
And it's a virtual safety car, so it'll be a perfect opportunity for Lawrence Shelvish to pit. He's by Ascari, so the safety car should be, yeah.
Where's he done it?
On the exit of.
That's a really weird place to. It's so far up though.
Yeah, I think
it's not on the exit of the chicane. It's like he was in the barriers just before Lesmo won. Maybe contact.
Yeah.
Because that's a weird place to end up once you've crashed. As Tristan Kuipers uses this virtual safety car to come into the pits, as does Theodore Stonewood, as does Jack Brassington behind as well. It'll be interesting to see if Red Bull can pull off this double stack.
Let's watch. And they won't. Jack Brassington's been held.
Yeah, and that won't be good for his race with Lawrence Shelvish either.
And the rear right was a bit slow going on for Jack Brassington as well.
We've also got Alexi Cavero coming into the pits. We've also got, I believe that will be Cameron Wynn is also in the pits. We've also got Eetu Koskinen in the pits.
Eetu Koskinen's got wing damage. They're changing his front wing.
Indeed. Yeah, I didn't see any damage on that wing, so I expect it's that phantom light green damage that we can't see.
And Tristan Kuipers got drive-through penalty!
Speeding under the virtual safety car. That is the end of Tristan Kuipers' race. I can't believe that he's gotten a drive-through for speeding under the safety car. And that puts the lead into Theodore Stonewood's hands, who's already up into second.
And Lawrence Shelvish is 17 seconds up the road from Theodore Stonewood.
Yeah, so if Lawrence can prove that he's got the pace on these mediums, he'll be able to box for the softs. He'll be much faster than these guys on there wearing mediums in the last few laps of this race. And I doubt we'll have much issue getting past them.
And Tristan Kuipers now is now going to go round the outside of Jonas Shaneham into Ascari. Makes the move done, but he's got to serve his drive penalty as Jonas Shaneham is spun in Ascari. And
if he doesn't get collected, no, he's ghosted, which is good to see. We don't want anyone to get collected as they're coming through Ascari.
Actually, adding to the incident with Dan Zuwaitan, I believe it might have been contact between teammates.
What? With,
Yeah, with Jonas Shaneham.
You're telling me there was contact with
Jonas,
really?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Because he was the closest car on track to him. It was 3 seconds up the road to the next car and 5 seconds behind, I believe it was.
Tristan is now serving his drive-through penalty.
He's gonna come out in front of the Hasses behind the Williams. So he's down into P12. That's not good for that for the Red Bull driver. He's gonna have to make up about 9 positions in 15 laps.
Well, if he wants to get back to where he was, then yeah, he will need to. However, there are some large gaps in this field at the moment.
Yeah.
He'd obviously need to be making about 20 seconds, which I would be surprised by if he was able to do that.
As we see,
the 15 laps
some guy called Adrian Penner joined the lobby. No idea who he is. Nobody knows. So Don't know why I mentioned it. Yeah.
Well, in case you can't tell, guys, we're at the boring stage of the Grand Prix where we just talk about stuff.
As Ed Costin get Ed Costin gets 3 second time 3 second time penalty as Jack Preston's increasing on Armin Schlomer, who's in P3. Armin Schlomer from P20 to P3.
He hasn't boxed yet.
I mean, yeah, but he's on mediums. Started on mediums.
That is a valid point.
As there's
Yellow
a flag
flags
in
in
sector
sector
3. That's
three.
Jonas Shanum who spun.
It is indeed. Has he still got his front wing? Please say he does. Yes, he does. Wonderful.
He might have like.
And that puts Tristan Kuipers a step closer to being back in the points.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to get toasty up here in a second. Here we go.
Tolga now. Oh!
Moved in the braking zone in front of Ludwig there. I expect that will be a report after the race. As Ludwig looked like he was going to try and go for the move up the inside there on...
that could have been extremely dangerous.
On Tolga.
I believe so. There could have been some damage. Yeah, Tolga's definitely getting reported for that. And that might be a minimum of 5 seconds if there was damage.
Well, it was a very, very late move in the braking zone there, so I expect the best he'll get away with is a penalty point if there hasn't been any damage. Although Ludwig is dropping quite a few, is dropping quite a lot through the Lesmos, which are obviously quite high downforce corners.
Stan now gets past.
Yeah, past Jonas Janum.
Going onto the grass as well. As like Beresford's going to try to get past Tolgan Alban. Tristan Kuipers got past Tolgan Alban into Riscari. Now Ludwig Beresford's going to try to get past into Michele Albretto. He gets squeezed by Tolgan Alban. He gets squeezed. Tolgan Alban goes off track. that is absolutely dangerous driving by Tolgan Alban. That is utterly
absolutely. It's not on.
And he gets another 5 second time penalty.
Yeah, speeding into the pit lane. I don't know why he's boxing. I'm assuming he picked up front wing damage somewhere.
He's got 13 seconds of penalties.
Well, they're only able to serve 5, I believe, at the stop. So yeah, he's putting on new mediums, taking a new front wing. But yeah, very questionable driving there from Tolga Albat.
Main chief. Ludwig was on his inside and Tolga moved across over him. That pushed him out wide. That was very dangerous. Ludwig was literally on the grass before the braking zone.
Yeah, he was. And now there's been contact down at turn 1, I believe, with... Is that Aidan Brown? There were yellow flags down there for Aidan Brown and
Sam Zabdami. And also Xavier, Tolga moved in the braking zone right in front of Ludwig, which is also very dangerous. He could have taken off his front wing.
Yeah, the two incidents were on the same lap. So in turn 1, there was a move very late in the braking zone, and into the final turn there was some questionable defending.
Yeah.
Squeezing to the limit, I would call it.
Snatan and Hardog's got a very good run on Ito Kosten, and he's gonna have the DRS, but he won't need it. He's already passed before the DRS. And Ito Kosten can only slot in behind him.
Yeah, nothing E2 can do there. He didn't have the DRS, and as much as he is on new tyres, he's also got a penalty, which Nathan Ten Hartog clearly does not.
Yeah.
The question is now, when does Lawrence Shalvish box?
He's had those tyres for 14 laps.
It looks like he's going to go a lap longer, maybe 2. And if he boxes, he'll come out in P2 or P3, depending on what the gap to Jack Brassington is in that Red Bull car.
Yeah. Looking at the gap is 22 seconds, Jack Brassington, so he'll probably come out P4. Looking at this.
It's going to be difficult because he needs to time it
Alexander,
so that...
Alexi Cabrera gets past Axel Korstrom. No, Alexi
for
Cabrera...
some reason, Armin...
and there's a McLaren going slowly. That's Tolgan Alban, who's spun, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like it on the new tyres. Whether he just took too much curb at the inside of the second chicane
there.
there.
That's Simon
and we've
Kucera.
also lost Simon
Kucera is out in the scurry.
And if this is a safety car, this is beautiful for Lawrence Shelvish.
It might be a
If
safety
this-
car. It's in the car is in a very dangerous position. If it is, this will be absolutely perfect for Lawrence Shelvish. Will it be a safety car or just a yellow flag?
It looks like it might just stay as a yellow flag, which Lawrence Shelvish won't have wanted. If the safety car is going to be called, it needs to be now for him, and it's not. So I would suggest, well, I'd suggest boxing this lap. If I was Lawrence Shelvish, that's what I would do. I don't know what his plan is. He does box this lap as Lawrence Shelvish. Make sure to slow down in time for the entrance, which he does. It's now going to be about the race to see where he comes out of this pit sequence.
So let's see what time it will be for the Aston Martin crew. Oh, bit slow on the rear right there for the Aston Martin crew. He's currently in P2. Is he going to be P3? He might just come out in front of P3. Armin Schlemmer gets a 3-second time pen. They're going to be side by side going in the pit entry. Lawrence Shelvish comes out behind Jack Braston, but he's on new soft compound tyres.
But he's on brand new soft tyres, which are going to be very, very quick.
Yeah, so Jack Brassington will be absolutely turning his navy, dark blue racing suit into a more brownish coloured suit soon.
Yeah, I would expect so. Obviously, we know that Lawrence Shelvish is a very quick driver, especially on the medium compound tyres, which will have far superior grip, especially brand new. And look at that, he's gaining tenths through the corners here. I expect he'll have Jack Brassington down into Ascari, opens up the DRS, indeed he does, pulls alongside. He's going to be passed, I expect, before we get to the braking zone for Ascari. Indeed he is. And that's it, Lawrence Shelvish up to P2 from P11 at the start of this race. Very, very good run for Lawrence Shelvish so far here in Monza.
And now he's gained about 4 tenths on P1 in just one corner. So that means Lawrence Shelvish will be back in the lead in about a lap or two. And there's a yellow flag. That's Sam Dummy spinning. I think there might have been contact between teammates as well, because now Aiden Brown's 7 seconds up the road.
Possibly with Aiden Brown, yeah. Possibly so. And if you look at this, Lawrence Shelvish has already dropped Jack Brassington out of his DRS range. He only got ahead before Ascari, and Jack Brassington didn't have DRS coming down the front straight.
Look at that,
so the pace difference is massive.
He's gained a second through 2 corners. Almost a second through 2 corners, wow.
The pace difference is massive for Lawrence Shelvish at the moment.
Armin Schlemmer's on brand new soft compound tyres as well. He's gone fastest with a 122.0. Armin Schlemmer's now going to try and get past Ethan Koskinen as well. Was trying to get past, but he was too far back, sadly.
I expect we'll see Lawrence Shelvish taking that fastest lap point before too much longer.
Yeah. The gap between P1 and 2 is now only down to 4.4 seconds. It was 6.5 seconds half a lap ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Over the line, it was about 6 seconds. So he's found a second and a half in just over half a lap.
And Jack Braston's already 3 seconds behind Lawrence Shelvish. Wow.
Make that 2 seconds now that Lawrence Shelvish has found.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's finding 2 seconds a lap.
On his
he's going to be on the he's going to be on the back of Theodore Stonewood by the midpoint of lap 20.
And he
takes the fastest lap
by 3 tenths of a second. Wow. The gap is down to 3.7 seconds now.
As Axel Kohlstrom's looking for a move here on Alexi Cavero down into Ratifilio. It's not going to work out for him this time, but he will be right on the back as they go through Curva Grande. Maybe the slipstream will be enough for him to have a challenge into the second chicane. It doesn't look like it will be at the moment,
Armin
but we will
Schlemmer's going
see.
to try to go around the outside of Ita Koskinen into Ratifilio as well. There's contact. They tap wheels, and Armin Schlemmer gets out in front. He does. He gets past Ita Koskinen finally, and he's already pulled out 5 tenths of a second. Job done. And Lawrence Shelvish, his gap is now down to 3.1 seconds. It's probably going to be 3 seconds by this corner. And there it is, 3 seconds.
There it is,
2
3
seconds. 2.9 seconds. As Axel Kohlstrom gets past Lexi Cavera into Ascari. He's also on the charge. Axel Kohlstrom is trying to catch up Jack Braston and get that final podium position after having a mediocre
Although
race
with the
so far.
older medium tyres, I would be impressed if he can get to Jack.
Yeah. As Alexi Cavaro's actually losing time. I thought he just gained a bit of time. And yeah,
But he has got the DRS.
he does.
Whether he'll be close enough, I don't know. It doesn't look like he will be. He's opened the door. No, not close enough for Alexi Cavaro this time. As
Tom Ginsburg
today,
pits.
yeah, Tom Ginsburg's pits. Indeed, he does.
The gap is now down to 2 seconds.
Yeah, I think Lawrence is saving tyres because we know that he's got more pace than what he has at the moment. He could easily take two or 3 seconds out of Theodore Stonewood in a lap. But I think he's saving tyres as we've got a yellow flag as one of the McLaren drivers has gone round.
Kogan Alban.
It will be Tolga.
Koga's really struggling now. He's P17
Yeah.
and over a lap
Getting
behind
blue
the
flags.
leader.
He's just been lapped by, I believe that's Jack Brassington he's just been lapped by.
Tristan Kuipers. He's been
No,
lapped
it's
by
Tristan
P7.
Kuipers.
He was being lapped
So,
by his
yeah.
teammate when he spun. Yeah.
Yeah, not ideal for Tolga, who will have been looking for more than that.
So Armin Schlemmer is now in the points. He's going to try to get past Nathan and Hartog. He's 3 times back from him. He's got a much better exit than Nathan going through Ascari. He's going to try look to get the job done by Michele Albretto or Rettifilio. And Alexi Cavero gets past Axel Korstrom into turn 1. And Togan Alban gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane again. And Togan Alban's retired in the pit lane. I thought he retired before the pit lane. Anyways, Armin Schlemmer's got the ERS. He's got the ERS. He's going to try to get past Nathan and Hart. They're going to go round the outside into turn 1. Is he going to make the move stick? He's going to try break later than Nathan, but Nathan breaks really late. They almost touch it, so close between them. And it's Armin Schlemmer who comes out on top and he gets past Nathan and Hartog. And no, he leaves the door open for Nathan and Hartog and he lets Nathan pass.
Lawrence Shalvish coming into Ascari is only 2/10 behind Theodore Stonewood in the Mercedes. You want to keep an eye on that battle as Lawrence Shalvish gets very wriggly on the exit of Ascari, uses all the curbing and more, but will have the run on Theodore Stonewood into turn 1 here, especially with the DRS.
Just look how much time he gains on him in braking and turning and exit. He
And on exit as
everywhere.
well. It's now a 10th.
He gets
DRS is
past
open.
easily. Look at that.
And now he's going to have to use up those tyres to get Theodore Stonewood outside of a second. With 5 laps left to go. 6 laps, actually, seeing that we've only just started this one.
Actually, as
he's
you're
going to
saying
have to...
that, there is a big battle going on between... And that's contact between the Aston Martin and the Williams. They're going 3 wide on the XL of Michele Albretto. The Williams... sorry, the Aston Martin tried to get past the Williams. And the Williams... made contact with the Aston Martin, and the Aston Martin tagged him, almost spinning him out, and that allowed Armin Schlemmer to get past both of them.
As Tom Gitchbergs now takes the fastest lap with a 121.5 on his new soft tyres.
Yeah, Armin, yeah.
And I've lost all my intervals again.
Yeah, it's happened to me as well. But
I have no clue what the gap is.
Main
Some,
thing, Lawrence Shalvish, I believe, is out of DRS already.
I don't think he might be. It's going to be close. We'll see as they come over the line.
It's been held up.
But he'll get the DRS. He'll get the DRS on the back marker.
Yeah.
I expect that's tactical from Lawrence Shalvish there to get the DRS.
Let's see if Theodore gets DRS.
Theodore Stonewood.
Yeah, Theodore's out.
So that's tactical from Lawrence Shalvish. He stayed behind the back marker to get the DRS there, which is a very clever thing to do for him, knowing that Theodore Stonewood was outside of the DRS.
A clever thing to do for him.
As E2 now gets a 3-second
Oh,
time
and
penalty
that's
for
Sam
multiple
Zabdami
warning.
spinning in turn 1.
Yeah, that was the back marker that
Yeah.
that Lawrence Shalvish had just gone past.
And there's another yellow flag. It's the back marker still spinning. As Axel Korstrom's gone past Lexi Cavero as well. These two are having an excellent battle here. And there's another yellow flag in sector 1. That's Jack Braston, not Jack Braston, that's Tristan Kuipers going spinning. Going onto the grass. That allows Armin Schlomer to catch up, and Armin Schlomer's on brand new mediums. Well, 6 apple soft, sorry. Not mediums, what am I saying?
But he is inside the DRS now. But
Yeah.
we've got to account for the fact that he's got the penalties. How many penalties does he have?
3 seconds.
He's got 3 seconds of penalties.
He's gaining a
So
lot
it'll
of
be
time on
interesting to
Ludwig.
see where he ends up.
Ludwig is out of his DRS window already. It's 2.1 seconds between himself and Ludwig, so he's easily gonna get that get out of his penalty window, but get out of Tristan Kuiper's windows, the season 1 champion. That's gonna be very, very difficult. And Nathan the Harter gets past Ludwig Beresford as well on the straight, and oh my god, I forgot names. Armin Schlomer, he's just gained so much time on Tristan Kuipers. Look at that, 2 times separate them. And Armin Schlomer's going to get DRS on him, so he's going to easily make that move in turn 1.
Have you seen what's been put in our Discord by Tolga?
No.
He said, "Thank you for ruining my race, Ludwig."
Ah,
Now I don't know about you, but I think we've got differing opinions on what happened with Tolga
Yeah.
and on what happened with Tolga and Ludwig.
it looked like
So it'll be
Tolga
interesting
completely.
to see what the stewards think.
Oh, and there's some contact between the 2 drivers, but the 2 drivers, Armin Schlomer and Tristan Kuipers, but it's nothing more than just banging wheels. So it should be fine. And he's actually losing time to Tristan Kuipers, who's in his slipstream. And with that, Lawrence Shelvish is 3.5 seconds ahead of Theodore Stonewood.
Yeah, and I'd say he's now pretty much good to the end as Lawrence Shelvish for what will be an incredible win. Having started 11th on the grid, this is going to be one of the best wins that I expect you'll see this season here at VRL.
Yeah, as now we see Tristan Kuipers trying to get past Armin Schlomer. He didn't make anything out of it because it's too far behind. Yeah. There's not much going on now. Except this battle between the 2 drivers. Oh wait, one pedal.
Yeah, apart from Armin and Tristan, there's not really much going on track at the moment. There aren't really many drivers that are that close to each other.
As Tristan Kuipers got the DRS, he's in the slipstream. He's going to try and go round the outside, down the inside, sorry. And he makes it stick. There's some
indeed he
contact.
does.
There is some contact. Armin Schlomer doesn't get any damage. Okay, we've got Tolga's POV and instant report, so we will show that on stream later. After the race ends. Yeah.
I have a funny feeling that that unfortunately Tolga's going to find out quite quickly that the stewards disagree with him.
Yeah.
Especially once Ludwig has shown his point of view.
And also after there's the clip from the stream. As Armin Schlomer's going to go down the inside into a scurry. No! Tristan Kuipers gets back in front of him, but he will have the worst run for a scurry. Armin Schlomer goes off track to get the inside line, but he doesn't have the ERS to keep that line, and Tristan Kuipers gets past. Basically going to try and dive down the inside into Michele Albretto. He won't, but he will have DRS.
He has run quite wide though. He's not had the best run out of the final turn there. Looks like he'll stay in the DRS, and he's only 4 tenths behind, so I expect, although he's going to run out of ERS before he manages to get to the corner, the DRS should be enough. We'll see now as they go side by side into turn 1, and Tristan stays ahead.
Kuipers makes the corner. I thought he was going to go straight on there.
No, yeah, great defensive driving from Tristan there. Managed to keep ahead of Armin.
This is the exact reason why he's the season 1 champion, the veteran.
As we've had Stan come into the pits to seemingly maybe get a new front wing. No, he's putting on soft tyres. Is he trying to take away the fastest lap point?
He is.
Yeah, brand new tyres, but it's too late. He's been lapped.
Yeah, he's already finished the race.
It's the final lap.
Oh yeah,
he hasn't. he hasn't finished the race, but this is the final lap, and he's only just coming out the pits. He needed to box a lap earlier if he wanted to take away that fastest lap point. Aiden Brown also putting on brand new soft tyres,
Uh,
but it won't work because they've been lapped. So they are also on the final lap of the race.
and I just realised I've been calling Tristan Kuiper Season 1 champion. He's Season 2 champion. Dion or PTRS is Season 1. And Armin's got the run. He's going to try to go around the outside in turn 1. He's already in front before the corner. And no! Tristan Kuiper dives down the inside. He hits Armin slow-mo. FIA won't look too... FIA won't be looking to... What's the phrase?
They'll be looking at it.
Yes,
They will look. That's what you're looking for. Not they won't, they will.
Yeah.
As now Tristan goes up the inside of the second chicane.
Oh,
A little bit of a squeeze.
contact.
Armin jumps the curb. And now everyone is there. Everyone's there.
Oh,
Armin's going to
I
lose
just realised
so
the
many
phrase.
positions.
And
with that
Lauren
3-second penalty.
Selvish crosses the line to win the Italian Grand Prix for his Aston Martin team, the Team Silverstone. He crosses the line with a commanding victory from P11 to P1. An absolutely fantastic drive from him. Theodore Stoneman comes home P2. Jack Braston gets the final spot on the podium as Armin Schlomer retires from the session.
Yeah, through Ascari, he's gone. He's dropped it through Ascari.
And
But there might have been help with. There was a lot of drivers behind, so I wouldn't be surprised if they've gotten stacked up into Ascari and have just taken each other out.
it's a
and it's
very
just
weird.
happened
Look at where he is. Look, he's behind there.
I'd say they'd either
Contact.
he's taken too much of the inside curb,
Or
or
there's
there's been contact.
yeah.
Those are the only options at that point. For him to end up there, that's all I can think of.
Axel Korstrom comes home P4, Alexis Cabrera P5, then Cameron Wynn P6, Tristan Kuipers, the Red Bull, he's had a race to forget, had a drive-through penalty that completely destroyed his race. After Tristan Kuipers, I believe it was somebody, I forgot the name. Driver of the day, Lawrence Shelvish would have been Armin Schlomer if he sadly didn't crash. And here is our podium. The Dutch driver, or Luxembourg driver, I believe he's got the wrong flag. He's got the Luxembourg flag. On the top step of the podium, with the Arno Opme character, P2, the Norwegian of Theodore Stonewood, and then finally P3, the Brit of Jack Brassington. Excellent race from everybody, and a very very deserved win. A very deserved win for Lawrence Shelvish. Anyways, where were we? Ludwig Beresford, P8. Nathan Hartog, the South Korean Dutchman, comes home P9. Then we've got Ita Koskinen. Ita Koskinen, the final point scorer and also the lowest Mercedes driver. Then we've got Tom Gitzbert, Jonas Shannon, Armin Schlomer, and Stan, Aiden Brown, and Sam Zabadami. Then we've got non-finishers, Tolga Nauban, Sam Sarah, Dan Zuwaita, and Alexander Jasinski. Armin Schlomer still classified, even though he did crash. And ladies and gentlemen, give me a moment as I get up the instant report, so we can see what has actually happened together. Let's see this. Hold on, let me get this.
Yeah, I'm watching it as well. He's saying that he doesn't move.
That's the wrong screen. 1 moment. Okay, I can't change this. Okay, anyways, if you join the VRL Discord, you will see it. So please join the VRL Discord. You'll find it in. You'll find it in the channel description. So if you haven't already joined, or you like what you see, then please join. To maybe become a driver. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching on behalf of the commentary team. We wish you a wonderful rest of your day.